We're in. I could figure out how to get logged on. Okay. So I have a lot of team members that were waiting on the host, so I'll wait on for about a couple more minutes and then we'll get started. Hope everybody's doing okay today. I'm Hannah. This is my first power hour that I'm going to be personally hosting, so bear with me today. All right, so for those of you that are here, I'm going to be talking about problems and solutions. So I'm just going to go ahead and get started. So before this whole thing happened with the coronavirus and the outbreak and stuff, I'm going to start from there, and then I'm going to kind of go into where we're at now. So before all this happened, where we were locked up and maybe sales were slow or our content was slow or our Facebook feed was slow or our group chats were slow and all that stuff, before all that, if we had a problem, we would find a solution. So the problem here had, like, what I had problems with was, okay, I'm not having any customers. What am I doing? My son just walked in the room. So what am I doing wrong? So I would just go to my cold market. So if my cold market wasn't getting any hits or anything like that, I would reach out to my friends. I would go on my messenger and I would hit up all my little green lights that were on. And then from there, if I wasn't getting any content or any help or anybody wanting to reach out to me, I'm like, okay, well, what do I need to do now? So I would reach out to my group chat. Sometimes I would run contests just for customers. Like if you order this month, then you could be entered to win this. And just use little different strategies like that. Right now, since we're all kind of locked up, my team, my upline, sideline, downline, all of us are doing a hashtag right now to develop some content. And that's 2020 Happy Challenge. So if you hit the hashtag, you'll be able to see all the content that we're sharing every day. So before, if we had a problem, we usually had a solution. We had cold market, we had warm market, we had people that we could go to. We had 5 friends that we would write down. What I would always tell my brand new newbies was, think of those 5 people that if you ran out of gas, who would you call? Who would you call to come get you, bring you gas, or pick you up, or whatever the scenario may be? Who are those 5 friends? Some would list like their mom, their sister, sister-in-law, brother-in-law, family, siblings, you know, so on and so forth. And those people, I would have them write all them down, contact them and say, hey, create some kind of script like, hey, I just need, 5 people to order this $29 sample. And you are the one that I thought that I could really trust to actually give me positive feedback. So that was how I got initially people to start selling, was just to create those, the easy sales, the people that are going to trust you, the people that are closest to you, things like that. Now it seems like my team's really discouraged. They're like, hey, we're locked up. We can't go anywhere. I have people canceling orders. That's completely okay. Right now, you don't have to go and recruit your faces off. You don't have to go out. You should still be recruiting. You should, and every team leader is going to say something maybe a little bit different than what I'm saying, and always listen to your uplines. But what I say is still be recruiting. Still go out there with your cold markets. Still get out there with your warm markets. Messaging your friends is great, but right now, create your content. And if you don't know what people want to see, the first thing that you need to do is figure out who your audience is. So for me, I have a bunch of people from church. I have a bunch of people that I play co-ed softball with. I have a bunch of people that I go to the gym with that maybe aren't necessarily on True Vision products, that I can create content that way. I wrote down some things to share with you guys. So since you're going to be creating content, there's some other things that you guys can be doing. If you go to tubebuddy.com or keywordseverywhere.com, it kind of gives you an idea of who's searching what on YouTube, who's searching what on Google. So you can create that content to go along with your Facebook. So I don't know if you've ever used any kind of search engines like that, but it gives you an idea of what's going on in the world. I mean, I'm sure you're going to get a whole bunch of viral and things like that, how to cure viruses and stuff like that for now. But see what people are really looking into. So if you're wondering how to get YouTube content, if you're thinking about creating a YouTube channel, go to tubebuddy.com, and it kind of gives you an idea of who's searching what, and you can actually filter it into different age categories too. So maybe go to the 18 and up ones. Interest groups. Try to infiltrate those interest groups. Right now is the best time. For me, I have a Great Pyrenees. I have a Husky. I have 3 kids at home. Maybe join some mommy groups. I'm already a part of a Pyrenees group. Maybe just like family relatable groups. My son was born with bilateral club feet. He has Chiari. So for me, I can join those, and the moms that give me advice on what they do for their kids and different things, different treatments that they use, different doctors that they use, I friend them and I create a relationship with them, and then they're going to see the content that I'm creating. Other things that you can do is like small living, organization. If you own a freshwater tank, like a fish tank, we just got a guinea pig, so I joined some guinea pig groups. I've never owned a guinea pig in my life. So some of those interest groups, creating those relationships now, this whole lockdown is not going to last forever. So creating those friendships and relationships now will be really important for your future in your business. I have wrote down a couple of different other things. Stop selling and start attracting. So as you can see, I'm all about content, and I constantly look at who's doing what's getting the most attraction. I look at my sideline, upline. I look at different companies and their leaders and what they're sharing to get just likes and shares and things like that. And here's some tips that that kind of helped me get started. In some of your posts with questions, when you're interacting, try to get them to answer the question, because a lot of times they see that and they feel obligated to answer that question. In your settings on your Facebook, allow people to share things on your wall or write things on your wall. You can set it to where you can approve it first. That way, if it's something maybe that you don't really want on your wall, you can deny it. But definitely let those people share on your wall. It shows that you're interacting. Other people are trusting you. If they share their before and afters on your wall, that's even better. Don't post too frequently, and don't post too little. So I know that there's a huge gray area there. So some tips that I can help you with there is don't share other people's content. So if you see something that's hilarious, like just the other day I had said, due to the quarantine, I will only be telling inside jokes. I seen that on some Instagram ad that I started following like 5 years ago. And I'm like, I'm just going to write that on my wall, see what happens. I had like 30 shares, 100 and some likes, tons of comments. So don't share what you see from another social media platform to your own Facebook wall. Create the content as if it were your own. Obviously, if somebody's giving health advice or nutrition advice, it's okay to say something like this came from nutritionalfoods.com or whatever, if you want to do that part. But don't share the nutritionalfoods.com and their resources to your page. That's not your personal content. So just think about that as you go to create yours. Use contests and be creative. Don't be afraid to share your personal life. I sometimes will make my posts public when I share about my kids. Not always, because I still like to have a little protective coat on them. But I do like to share that I am family oriented, that I do go to church, that I'm active, we get out, we have a campfire, we're drinking a beer. I'm sharing that because I'm a real life person and I want to show them that I do real life things. And we have a pond right out back. We go fishing every day. I share pictures of my kids fishing just to let them know, okay, she's not just out here just wanting me to share her, or wanting me to buy her products. So be real with them and never be scared to share something personal every single day. I see chats, but I'm not really sure how to get into it from my computer. What search engines am I using? TubeBuddy.com will show you what the most active searches are on YouTube. KeywordsEverywhere.com will actually show you the keywords that people are typing in everywhere. But mainly that one's Google, what people are searching on there. Create variety. And infographics. Infographics are really important. So I try not to share too much of my blue and orange pictures of my boxes. So I don't share my Tru Vision. I don't share Tru Fix, Tru Control. I don't share anything but the combo. You very rarely will hear me say anything about Tru V or Tru products. I will say these supplements or this combo. But if you're using infographics, a good way to go about doing that is have just a picture of your pills outside of the blister packet and take a picture of them in the palm of your hand. Take a picture of you holding them. One thing that we did yesterday, talk about creating content. I mixed up all the heart and hydrations, the Tru Fix, the Tru Control drinks, and I had my kids drink them and taste test them while live, because I thought my kids are probably, I mean, any kids are probably going to be honest with you, especially whenever face to face with the camera. And they talked about what it tastes like, if they liked it. I had them taste the protein bars and tell me what they tasted like. And then we did the popcorn too. So taste testing with your family, and include your family in this, include your family in your sales and your attraction, because by far that's going to get you the most interaction. Just the other day in our customer group, I have somebody that I need to mute real quick. Just the other day in our customer group, I did a workout video. You guys, I have never owned a gym membership until January 1 of this year. Do I do push-ups very well? Absolutely not. Do I want to do jumping jacks in front of people? Absolutely not. But I created the content in my group because they're seeing a real person who was on the struggle before, who are now on the products, who is now doing a workout video. And I even said, I'm not a professional. We're doing this raw. My kids did it in the living room with me. We did push-ups, we did burpees. I had to like Google what some of the exercises were. So just get on there and be real and do it with your family, do it with your friends. I mean, like if you have a friend that you're communicating with, you know, due to social distancing, wear masks or something. I don't know if they come over. But if you're working out and you're showing them the real raw you should have seen me doing push-ups. Like it was absolutely terrible, but they see it. And normally 90% of your people that are joining you are in your group because they want to lose weight and they don't feel comfortable enough with their bodies. If you show them that you're comfortable in the skin that you're in, they're going to trust you more. They're going to create that relationship. And those live videos can be replayed and replayed and replayed. Unfortunately for me, they have to see the terrifying jumping jacks and burpees, but creating that content and including your family and things like that is something really important that I think that you definitely should utilize, especially at a time like this. Everybody's at that point right now where they're just scrolling Facebook and they're in that scroll, like that hypnosis whenever they're scrolling. They're not going to stop anytime soon. So creating that content is definitely going to get you on the top of their feed. Trigger some emotions, share pictures and history. Like I said, think about who your audience is. If the majority of your audience is your church going friends, try not to really cuss or say something that you think would be taken negatively that way. Maybe share a scripture of what you're doing, or staying at home, something like that. If the majority of your friends are workout friends where you go to the gym with, maybe share some different workout routines with them, or things that they can do at home using their couch or their furniture or the kitchen table. Just create content in that fashion. So if you don't know who your audience is, go through your friends list, Facebook stalk them, find out what they're into. Find out what the majority, or the common denominator between all of them would be. I mean, I have almost 5,000 friends on my Facebook list. I'm not going to go through every single one of them, but picking and choosing different people, going through their content, seeing what they're about, what they want to see, then post what they want to see. Like I said, start attracting and stop selling, because right now is going to be the biggest time for people to be on Facebook, sitting on their couch, looking for interaction, looking for something funny, looking for some informative information. The last thing I have is for you to just explore social media options. So You have Facebook, you have Instagram, you have TikTok, you have Snapchat, you have all these different social media platforms. And we primarily, and I think I speak for everyone when I say that we primarily use Facebook. If Facebook were to end today, where would you start up your business tomorrow? You got to think about those things. Just because, you know, where are you going to end up going? I just started creating a blog. I have no idea what I'm doing whenever I started this blog. I have zero idea. I had to Google different stuff that I could use and fill in my blog. And it's not even posted yet because I've been working on it for 4 days. But these are just different ideas that you can go into, find different things. I knew that I wasn't going to have a very long call today, but that's really all I have for you today. So if anybody has any questions, you can unmute yourself, or I think I have to unmute you, or you can share it in the chat. Thank you, Ashley. She said, I can't wait to read your blog. You are a content queen. I try. Sometimes, you know, if you have an idea and you're like, this is the best idea ever. Ashley here has heard me call her. She probably like dreads seeing my name pop up on her cell phone, but I will call her and be like, what do you think about this? I think this is a super awesome idea. What do you think? When you want to go with this? And she's like, you can try it. And she's always very supportive, but some of my stuff is absolutely terrible and it doesn't work out and it's a big flop, but I tried. And then the next thing that I think that may not be something that would work really well and I don't really share with my team ends up like exploding. So don't be afraid or ashamed of creating your own ideas, because it's definitely worth it.
I love that. You are literally so good. You go along with my ideas. I go along with your ideas. But hey, some of those ideas have led us to even greater ideas. So don't be afraid to try stuff.
Absolutely. I'm sure that she cringes sometimes whenever I call her. It's like 8 o'clock at night. Hey, I had this idea.
Not true. Not true.
Does anybody else have any questions or any content that they want to share?
I have a question.
Okay.
Will you spell those search engines?
Yeah, I'll put it in the chat. Would that be okay?
Okay. Yeah, that would be perfect. Because I'm over here trying to find it and I'm totally lost. But you're doing great.
Okay, so those are the two that I use. They look kind of spammy whenever you first get in there, but once you go through it and you see, I follow a guy named Tru Power. I think that's how you say his name. He's just a network marketing guy. I know a lot of people follow a bunch of different people, like I can't remember the rank makers guy. They follow him. They follow different people. I like this guy. He's actually called on social media that effing guy. And I was initially attracted to his content because he has a sleeve tattoo like me. He was open. He talked. He just said what was on his mind without, you know, bleeping out anything. So I'm like, who is this guy? He's in network marketing, you know? So we kind of had that. Anyways. So I follow him, and he actually has a seminar this Thursday that talks about creating different content and different kinds of websites that you can do to see what people are using for their search engines. So I wrote those in the chat. Did you have anything else, Alicia? No. Okay. One thing that I was going to share that you kind of touched on last night, I had seen that you had said, or I had heard that you had said that you share and create an open kind of public profile for people to see that you're a real person. I had somebody that was getting ready, I was getting ready to buy Scentsy off of because my other girl had just placed an order. So I'm like, oh, I just need some warmers, some smelly goods. And so anyways, I was getting ready to, I seen that she had posted like an ad where she had paid for it. And so I went to her page to send her a message and just say, hey, I just need some blueberry cheesecake, just one thing. Like I have a girl, but I just need like a side girl. And I seen that she had a picture of the ocean as her profile picture. The background was, or the cover photo was words, and there was no pictures of her, no pictures of family. I couldn't see if she had a friends list. I do hide my friends list. I create it to where only you can see mutual friends. For the protection of my customers. But when I seen that, I'm like, oh, I'm not going to go to her. I'm just going to ask my mom if she knows anybody else that sells it. Because if I mean, if you don't have your own personal profile picture, if you don't have pictures of your family and you're not sharing your personal life, people aren't going to trust to purchase from you. People are not going to trust that you're telling them the truth when it comes to what the products are and what they pertain to and how they can help them. So just keep that in mind. That is your storefront. I kind of stole that off of you last night on your Power Hour, Alicia, because it is your storefront. People see that and that's what they're attracted to. So just keep that in mind. Yes, I highly recommend that people hide their friends list. That would definitely be, that should be like the second that somebody tells me that they're going to be selling, I'm like, hey, go in there, make your friends list private. You can do that by going into settings, and there's a link or a little widget that you can click that says privacy and something else. But click on that and you can hide your friends list. So just go to the settings inside your Facebook account. So that's all I have for you guys today. If you guys need anything else when it comes to content, I'm more than happy to help you create your own story or rewrite your story, or create some content to get you some love on your page. So I will let you guys go. Thanks for joining me today. I'm going to make this a short one. So you guys have a good afternoon. Bye.